Hey guys, got a special guest today, full-time international model, UK-based, Roseanne.
Yeah, Roseanne.
I thought it'd be nice to ask her a few questions to help fellow photographers in terms of what to do, what not to do when working with a model. So in this video, it's going to be tips from a full-time model, as in what you should do to help them during a photo shoot and what not to do. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, Matt here from MrLife.com. We've just done a photo shoot and I'll overlay some photos to show you what we've got up to. But to try and help you guys, I thought I'd try to ask Roseanne to help you in terms of what you should do and what not to do during a photo shoot. So yeah. Is that okay?
Of course, all right.
So let's do 5 things that you prefer photographers to do during a photo shoot. Okay. Things that help you feel more relaxed or help you know what to bring, things like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll try and keep this short because I talk too much. I think talk to you because it's important that they talk to you.
Yeah, you talk a lot, but sometimes from my point of view, if models don't talk, it's better that we talk to them because the last thing you want is like complete silence. Do you agree? Is it awkward?
Because then you're not sure then if your makeup's okay, your hair's okay, if you're posing okay, because what we might think looks okay from a certain angle, it might, so we then think, oh no, is it not okay? Or I don't know, I think it helps, yeah, if they talk to you.
Does it help if we show you the back of the camera, for example?
I think so. I know that's a tough subject because a lot don't show you, and I understand. But no, I think it helps because then you can fix something. Say if you've got makeup that's a bit shiny or, you know, your hair's not, I mean, nothing's supposed to be perfect, but, you know, I think it helps. Or like you might have a tag, a label on your clothes. Oh, yeah, I think it helps me because then I can see as well how the light is and if I'm posing like not flattering or not right way.
Yeah.
I think it's helpful.
It definitely helps from, I'd say, all the models I've asked, they normally say yes because we're kind of their mirror. And so they have no clue what they look like unless there's a mirror in the studio. So when we were shooting earlier, there's like a bit of hair sticking out and I was so focused on the light. It wasn't until I showed the back of the camera and you said, oh yeah, I'm going to fix that bit of hair. We had Amazon Alexa music on earlier on.
Yeah.
Do you think music's good?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, sometimes, you know, when they play really sad music, because to me, I'm thinking I'm in emotion and I'm not just, I haven't got a routine with poses, so I go with the flow. So sometimes I think, yeah, nice upbeat music or something, not too depressing that you want to, yeah, end it.
They normally say, as a photographer, you ask the model to pick the music. I don't know if they're not doing that to you.
I don't mind.
Anything else that photographers can do during a photo shoot that will make you either enjoy it more or make you feel more relaxed?
Have chocolate. Have some sweets.
Have bribes.
Yeah, have some sugar. I just think, yeah, lay back, showing you the pictures, talking to you. And also sometimes I find, you know, you don't need hundreds and hundreds, but you only need one good one from like maybe each set. Yep. So I think sometimes if they've got the good shot, when you try and then make it better, I think it makes it, sometimes you're never going to get to stop and move on to something else.
Yeah, I am quite bad for that. Sometimes I'll keep going on the same plays and then it's better, you'll get more sets of more keepers if you switch outfits. I'll show you a behind the scenes clip of how many clothes we have today. It's 2 suitcases.
And this is traveling light. I mean, yeah.
I won't bring much. 2 full suitcases and like a handful of jackets, I think.
Yeah, it's quite bad. I've got a problem with jackets and boots and stuff. It's quite bad. I always think it's better to have too much stuff because I hear horror stories, you know, people not having enough stuff, but
more is better.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to help models, let's say a photographer is trying to help a model who's someone that hasn't really modeled before, would you say would you ask them in advance to send you inspiration ideas?
Yeah, that's a good thing to actually bring up. Yeah, I think it helps if they've got anything specific. I think that is helpful, especially because I always go overboard and have too much stuff. But at least if you kind of know, you know, I always think the basic thing really is black lingerie, white lingerie, one decent pair of stiletto shoes, a pair of jeans, a couple of jackets. Yeah, and a couple of jackets. It's the minimum. You don't need the amount of stuff that I've got, but I think it does help to kind of know roughly what they're...
Like a basic minimum.
Yeah. Like, and if it's editorial, if it's fashion, if it's more commercial, you know, that does help, I think.
So in terms of if a photographer is trying to find a model, let's say they're trying to find you, where do you get most of your bookings?
Normally it's word of mouth, or people have seen me on someone else's portfolio and they contact me and say, you know, what your rates, where are you based, you know. So normally it's word of mouth, or studios I've worked at, you know, they promote me, and or I apply to casting. So it's a mix of different things, networking.
So I think for me, I'd say I look on Instagram. I think Facebook's not quite as good. I think some of the network sites are not normally the style that I go for, so I tend to prefer Instagram to maybe some of the classic sites. Everyone's got their own preference. And then I guess in terms of pay, obviously this is your full-time job, so you've got to pay for everything, like travel, makeup, all the clothes and everything literally. How much should models charge, and how much should photographers expect to pay for like an hourly rate, roughly?
I'm a really, really bad business person because I always feel bad, you know, charging. I know it's really sad, but I don't know. Normally, for my travel, I normally charge however much that's going to cost for the travel, and I say to them, look, plus my travel. Normally, I say £50 an hour, or it depends. If they've got a, you know, they want you for a day, and they might say, well, look, you know, would you drop your rate a little bit? It kind of depends, because if it's
job specific.
Yeah, that's a really tough one for me, because it depends, because people that are learning and they need a model, you know, per amateur for, they just want to build their portfolio, I might say £50 an hour, or depends who the agency. I get different. I can get 100 an hour. It's so different. It's not very helpful.
No, that's good. But yeah, it's a more specific and photographer specific. So yeah, ask around and you might be able to get a cheaper rate if they like your work. 5 big no-nos for photographers when working with models.
Oh, that's a tough one as well. I would always say,
try to help.
I'm
guessing if you're working with a glamorous model for the first time, you might kind of be staring at them, and I'm guessing this is really it'll creep you out, I guess. Don't stare.
A little bit. I think most of them, you know, most people that I work with, you know, really they're more interested in the lighting and getting everything sorted out than worrying about, you know, oh, you got a bra on, you know. And they're not, I don't normally tend to get that as much, but yeah, some. Or normally,
you're quite relaxed though, aren't you?
Yeah, I kind of force people to talk to me if they probably don't want to talk to me. So I always think they should be able to talk to the model. I think that's the most important thing than anything, because if you don't talk to anybody,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And some models will get totally freaked out if you're not talking and if you're not showing them the back of the camera, from what they tell me, because they don't know if you're taking good pictures or bad pictures. If you're taking headshots or full body, you might be doing a full really nice pose and then they're photographing your head, and it's like, you could have told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other no-nos, any other horror stories?
Oh, how long you got? Yeah, I've got quite a lot. But no, I don't know. I think the trouble is sometimes some people, they might think, oh, okay, because you've been nice to them, you know, or they want to take you out for a drink, they want to, that you're into it for that. And it's not, it's a job. Obviously, I enjoy modeling, you know, but it is also like I have a life outside of it, kind of. Not really life, but yeah, no, outside of it. And some of them forget that and they want to message you all the time. And it's not just them that you're dealing with. You have to respond, you know, back to other people. So I think, I mean, you probably get it as well. It can be tough. Some people don't get that. They think they've paid you and they've booked you. That means they can have your time like whenever they want.
Yeah. So I guess at the end of the shoot, try and obviously send the pictures, but then leave it at that.
Kind of. I don't. That sounds really cold, doesn't it?
No, I think
it'd be like that, but
yeah, like in a coffee shop, the waiters it's in their interest to be extra friendly to you to make the experience nice. That doesn't mean that you can then hope to have some kind of relationship with them just because she was nice when she gave you the coffee.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. That was a better way to put it like that.
Someone asked me, "Do you enjoy modeling, and what do you actually do with the photos?"
Me? Oh, yeah, I do enjoy it. Sometimes, I mean, like anything, you know, it's stressful because you always got to make sure you have enough sleep. You know, you have to take care of your skin, nails, hair and makeup. There's a lot of stuff behind the background. And I've got bad habit with chocolate and sweets and stuff. And I have to watch it because, you know, obviously you have to make sure your skin's good. But yeah, I do enjoy it, but sometimes I think you forget when you're not modeling and say your family or your friends want to take a picture, they just assume that you love having your photo taken. And obviously then you get like, oh my goodness, do I look okay? Does my, and you just get so, you get consumed in it. I think that's the only thing I don't like, that, yeah, people think we're so super confident, but we are humans and we do get insecure about things, and, see, some days you'll wake up and you got a better hair day than a better skin day. So yeah, I enjoy it, but yeah, there's also the other side of it where, if you try and do too many shoots in a day, or you try and rush around and then you're tired, obviously it does matter how if you're too tired and you can't model, you're sitting.
Yeah.
So
yeah. If the model's blinking a lot, it's either time to stop or time to have a coffee.
Yeah.
From my experience.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll see it in the pictures as well, won't you?
Yeah.
You'll look tired and then you won't like the picture.
I've got a trick for that. I just want to say I've found these amazing eye drops, and they're called Lumify. You can only buy them in United States of America, and they're really, really good, and I recommend them. I always use them every day. And I mean, I haven't got contacts, I haven't got any eye condition, but if I feel my eyes dry or I've been modelling all day and the light, especially that, I really recommend. So yeah, I always think it's good to make sure you have some eye drops or something with you.
I'll have to get some.
To get these at the back.
So one of the demographic details that YouTube tells me is how old you guys are. And I think many of you, from what the data says, are between, I think, 40 and 60, 70-ish. And so one question I've had, I think, through Patreon in the past is, I feel too old to be photographing models that may be kind of my daughter's age and don't want to feel like a creep. How does it come across for you? Because you tell me that you work with photographers all ages.
Yeah.
Does age matter?
No, not at all. I mean, I feel like a hypocrite saying that because we get so caught up, in society and everything like that with stuff. But no, not at all. It's just a number. And, a person, to me, kindness is a completely matter more than age is to me. As nothing. It doesn't make a difference. It's just as long as someone's kind, as well.
And the pictures are good.
Yeah, but you know what? I work with people starting out, and I mean, that they come to you and, okay, like at the beginning it would bother me a bit. And I think, oh my goodness, do I really look that bad? Or, did I did that wrong? But because they're learning, you have to realize, okay, there's not always going to be the best pictures of you out there. You kind of have to not let that get to you, because you can otherwise you'll consume yourself really sad.
Yeah.
Seeing bad pictures, and that's can be the model. It's not just the model's fault. It can be the photographer's learning, the light's wrong,
Everybody can look bad.
Exactly.
However beautiful they are.
Everyone can look better or they can look worse. Everybody to me has got some sort of beauty. I think that, so.
What would you say about in terms of editing? So as you know, I don't really edit too much. Some people edit a lot more. What's your take on it? Do you prefer to look better than reality? Do you prefer to look as you look in real life? Or
I obviously, okay, if you've got a pimple or a spot or something that's not natural, okay, take that out because that's not permanent. But I think if you're trying to alter yourself too much, then that's not who you are. The whole point is when a model shows up, you're okay, they do look like their pictures. Of course, yeah, certain angles and stuff, can enhance things and make you look better. But I think you're supposed to look like in my opinion, isn't it better to try and get it right in camera so you don't have to edit it?
That's my strategy. I prefer to be taking pictures and editing. I think one thing I would say is from people I've worked with, I think sometimes their photos could be similar to mine in camera, but their final edits are completely different because they've edited them. And I say this in a nice way. I'm not getting any hate comments. I mean this in the best way, but I think sometimes photographers are making their photos worse during the editing process, not the taking the photo process. So I think sometimes less is more based on my own editing over like the years I've done it. Just my 2 P's worth. I'll link your Instagram below.
Thank you.
You travel all around the UK.
Yeah.
People need models.
Yeah, all around the UK. I need to, my old Instagram, unfortunately I lost my old Instagram, so I've not been as inspired with my new one. So
you had 60,000.
Yeah,
they lost it.
So it's this, I mean, and you know what? Actually, in a way, this sounds I was super upset at first, obviously, because that's how I get my business and all of that. But It's like, you know what? I used to be so paranoid. I need to post it. Oh, at 7 o'clock, I need to post that. Now I'm a bit more chilled, with it all. So actually, I'm not.
A blessing.
Yeah, in a way, because I know a lot of models and photographers that unfortunately have had to start again, and so yeah.
If you post things on Instagram, you probably know that's a bit too sexy or naked. Yeah, those accounts often get deleted or blocked or taken down. So yeah, it's one of those. I think I asked this before, but just to recap, what do models do with the photos? And you just use them do you keep them for yourself to remember how you looked? Or obviously you're using them to get business because hopefully people will see your pictures, like them, and they contact you to offer you work. Do you keep the pictures, or what? How do you use them? The ones that you like?
The ones I like, because if I go to castings and they, obviously they want to see your portfolio book. So obviously I have a book in print, which I take along to castings, plus obviously digital, because really, obviously you need to you need to refresh your portfolio all the time, for people looking to book you. So obviously I use it because it is my brand. This is my brand. This is me. So sorry to say it on this, but when you show a model a picture, they always look at different things to you, don't they? So
yeah, I look at lights. You probably look at hair. Models normally look at imperfections, or what they deem as imperfections. Yeah. This side's better than this side, or
so sometimes there's help, because most of my work, I would even say 95% of my pictures in my portfolio, that pictures that were given to me I wouldn't have chosen, and probably if I'd picked the ones I would have chosen, maybe I wouldn't get booked as I get. I don't know. So I think, yeah, I use it. For me, it's important to be active and refreshing your portfolio, and obviously you need to you're promoting yourself, so you have to have pictures constantly, because otherwise, if you change your hair up,
yeah, it'll look different.
Exactly, or cut it, and even makeup, you need to show different makeup things, and yeah.
Do you, just a quick tip on that, do you do your own makeup?
Most of the time, yeah, only just because, I don't know,
it's easier.
It doesn't take that long, I don't have to stick any false lashes, I don't have to do any of that sort of stuff. It's quite quick.
If you work with a model, make sure they can do their own makeup, or if not, sort out a makeup artist, because they need to be ready to shoot when they arrive. So yeah, check with your model that they can do their own makeup. Otherwise you might be in for a shock. And I'd say, as we've already mentioned, ask them what clothes you'd like them to bring. We chatted before, didn't we? Before today, we gave a few ideas on what to bring, because you will get the odd occasion where they'll just bring literally one thing, and it's like, you're limited then to one look for the whole shoot, and it might be a 2-3 hour shoot. So yeah, help yourself and give them as much prep in advance as possible. One question I forgot to ask is, do you have problems with photographers cancelling? Because as photographers, it's a huge problem for me with models cancelling.
I hear a lot about this, a lot. Tend to be not too much. I always try and be fair, to think that, something, unfortunately, I could have an incident and I have to cancel something. I always think it's fair. Someone is honest and they give you enough notice. I'm normally really fair about that, so don't worry about it. Obviously, if it's a really last minute thing, obviously this is our job. I don't seem to get it as much as the photographers seem to get it.
Photographers are normally better models.
Generally, yeah. Sorry, I don't do them. Generally, they are.
How many shoots do you do a month? Or a week?
A week.
Roughly, because it varies a lot.
I'm trying to be better, because before, obviously, I used to try and I would do 2-3 a day or whatever. Normally
2-3 a day.
But then you've got trying to get somewhere and the traffic, and then when you're stressed, oh my God, I got to get there, I've got to do that. So normally, I'm actually lucky at the moment. I normally shoot in 5-6 days a week. So I am pretty busy. You're jet setting around, so it's busy. I'm grateful to be busy, but I'm trying to take it easy than doing too many in a day, because it's too...
Yeah, filling yourself out.
Yeah. And then you could get stuck in traffic, or, trains not running properly or whatever. And it's just a nightmare. Then you arrive it's frazzled mess. Terrible. So yeah.
Okay, so what would be your final tip to tell photographers that are maybe looking to get into model photography and they've never tried it? What would you say? I
think just... go for it. Yeah. I don't know if that really... I think, obviously, everybody's nervous, when they're, shooting a model for the first time. And obviously for models, when we're starting out, we're nervous. But I think if you've got some sort of plan of what you're doing, you know,
have a plan, and then maybe start with a experienced model rather than a beginner, so you can help them. Maybe.
Yeah, I think because it's very, I mean, obviously hands are a big thing, you know, like how you pose hands, and I think that's helpful.
Otherwise, a model might just start like this. If it's a new model, they'll ask you, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because they won't know what to do. And if you don't know what to do either, it's going to be a slow start. So at least if you book a experienced model, they will help you. They'll pose every time you hear a click or flame posing, you'll just keep moving.
Yeah.
Agree? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd agree, yeah. Because obviously we're like expert, we know how to, stand and
what looks nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you were and you've never done it before and you wanted it for the first time, maybe pay the first time to get a model that knows what they're doing, and then they'll help you out, and then it should be less stress for you.
And go on one of your courses.
And if you want to join one of my model workshops, thanks, a good plug. If you don't know, I teach model photography, so if you want any more information to join one of my London workshops or overseas, I've been asked to maybe come out to to New York, so maybe I'll do that if I can. I'll put some links below. I think that's it. I think we've talked for quite a while now.
Yeah, we gotta write down. You gotta keep it in 6 minutes.
I said we'll try and do it in 6 minutes. It's probably like an hour. Thanks so much for
having me.
And hopefully it shows that models are just normal people. They're just maybe slightly prettier than other normal people, and maybe slightly crazier. But model photography is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. It's always fun to come and shoot with you. Honestly, it's really, you're always so nice and amazing at what you do. And the quickest person to change lenses so quickly.
Well, shooting film and digital and about 4 different lenses on each camera. Always testing. And as always, thanks to my amazing patrons. If you want any more questions for our Patreon, you can contact me there.
Thank you.
Bye.